Now, you may ask me, well, that's great, you know, you got a deal on 4 doublers, but why do you need 4 doublers? And you may notice that there's 4 doublers and there's 4 sets right here. So the reason I started looking for 1 doubler, let alone 4, was because of this set, which is on the unboxing of this set. Not to rehash, you know, old stories, but the unboxing of this set is available on the Pure Backgammon Instagram page a few months back. This was an auction purchase, and I was unsure. I had a hunch. I was unsure until I got this thing in front of me and actually cracked it open. But the pieces are these Bakelights that are just in absolutely pristine condition. I mean, really great. This set's great. I'm not going to rehash, you know, ancient history, but, and the board, I mean, dude, this board was, I mean, this set's got to be 60 years old, and the board is in fantastic shape. The original, these old school leather cups, couple of old school brochures. But what I did is I like doing this with these sets, especially these sets, these cork vintage sets. I like to jazz them up with a dash of modernity. So what I did is I switched out the old dice, which were kind of Bakelite, you know, square corner dice, old school dice. I like, these are not precision dice, by the way, but I like, you know, rounded cornered dice. You know, these are both translucent yellow, translucent red, great dice action. And you may notice here, this was my stand-in for a doubling cube. It's just a big red die, which is a neat little, you know, thing, but, you know, just not exactly how I wanted it, right? So this doubling cube is a little bit larger. It's red with gold etching, which matches the colors of the dice and the pieces. This thing looks like the amber from Jurassic Park that they find the DNA in. This thing is gorge. Oh man, this is great. This is great. Let me just do a little tilt here so you can kind of see what I'm seeing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, so in the interest of time, I mean, I could sit here for, you know, 10, 12 minutes and just kind of gaze at that. Let me just do one. Let me just real quick here. Oh yeah, that felt good. Doubling with this thing feels good. Oh yeah. Just setting one down, setting a big boy down. Yeah. Okay, gorgeous. Red, and this is the one that cost me $1. This cost me 99 cents. So this set, just to very briefly go through the story of this set. So the pictures on this auction website that I got this from were not really great. You couldn't really tell if they were Bakelite pieces. I think that's why a lot of people didn't know, didn't notice, or didn't want to find out. So this thing, which on most online auctions, if there were good photographs and if they were upfront and explicit that there were Bakelite chips in this piece, this set easily would have sold for over $100, you know, 120, 130, you know, who knows? Something like this is on eBay for probably 180, 200 or more right now, you know? I got this thing for about, I don't remember exactly, about $36. $36 American, 36 American dollars. $1 for the doubler. So I'm still under $40. Oh, this is big. I didn't think about this. It's such a massive, impressive doubling cube. It may not allow the board to close. Nah, it closes. It closes. That's fantastic. So under $40. Now, and again, just to be clear, upfront and fair, the exterior has a little bit of, you know, a couple blemishes, some nicks, some scrapes. It's wood. It's wood, and like I said, it's got to be at least 60 years old, so that's bound to happen. But the inside is cherry. And that's what I've named this board. This is cherry. And now cherry's complete. It's got that big fat doubling cube, all in. The bid at auction, the shipping, the handling, the buyer's premium, and the doubling cube. Shipped internationally, less than $40. less than $40. That's one. Then I saw the deal. I could get many massive doubling cubes for a few bucks each. So why not jazz up a few more boards, a few more of our favorites? This is a great die. I'm going to keep this. I'm not going to use it as a doubling cube, though. I mean, even I can agree that's a little too frugal. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put it into its own little bag here. Oh, these bags are going to be great for keeping little batches of like matching dice together and that sort of thing. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. The bags were free. The bags alone are probably valued at $5, $10 each. So I came out basically making money off of this purchase. Okay, next board. Oh, this one is gorgeous. This one is gorgeous. This one is so good. This one is so good. I don't technically have a name for this one yet, although my wife is from Boston. I have a New England affinity, so I might call it the Green Monster. I'm not a Red Sox fan, but it's tough. It's tough to say for sure. Oh, but this one is gorgeous. Big pieces. I mean, you can see the green right there. Yeah, let's get this thing out of the way momentarily. Matching cups. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Do you see that? Do you feel that little shimmy on down your spine right now? Kind of that heebie-jeebie shigamadoo there? That may be you turning green with envy that I own this set. But what I also own is a doubling cube that doesn't quite match. Now, the pieces are fantastic, really good quality. This board, I paid a little bit of money for this board. I think I paid over, I will say this much, I paid over $60. This is one of the more expensive boards I've ever bought. But the longer I have it, the more I play on it, and the more I realize what I got, that's a bargain. And then this exact set is or was very recently selling on eBay for like $300. Now that's eBay, where you can just pick any price tag you want for what you think you're selling, but still. This is vintage, old school, fantastic color. There's a little bit of fading of all places, like right here on the hinges, but the actual felt inlay, it's like a brand new pool table. This is a fantastic board. I switched out the dice. Again, I got translucent green and just sort of some good old-fashioned ivory dice. Great action on these dice. But obviously, I think we can all agree the original issue, doubling cube, leaves something to be desired. So, boom, the big green boy. The big green boy goes in the Green Monster. Look at that bad boy. This might be the clearest of all of these massive doublers I've just gotten. Ooh, okay, Green Monster. Don't mind if I do. Now, the problem is, let me flip this again for you to take a look. The Green Monster the doubler now takes up so much space that I'm not going to be able to fit all of the dice neatly in the board. Now, that's okay. That's bound to happen occasionally, and I'd rather have this sick doubler in here than not and have my dice fit well, right? So anyway, the green one goes in there. I guess we just got some loose dice floating around now, but I can live with that. The matching cups. This set is good. This is a good set. This is a really good set, and whoever sold it to me was kind of a fool for selling it to me at the price they did. Anyway, does it close? Oh, it might not close. Oh, well then that kind of settles my problem. So I have to take... How do I do this? How do I make this make sense? Do I put the doubler in there? But then what do I do with these chips? Okay, this was an unforeseen issue. Sometimes you buy doublers that are so glamorous and so large, they sort of create problems for you. It's okay. All right, the dice go in here. I guess the doubler is just going to roam free for a while. Will it close this way is the question. Yes. Okay. We got our red doubler allocated to Cherry. We got our green doubler allocated to the Green Monster, which is, now that I think about it, a fantastic name for a backgammon set. Yeah. That's called the Green Monster now. You heard it here first. Perfect. Two left. One is blue, one is yellow. This set, I love. This is the most expensive attaché that I've ever bought. And I'll leave it at that. But it was still under $100. This is what I call baby blue. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Corduroy? Corduroy on the outside, corduroy on the inside, corduroy dice cups. Oh, yeah, that's good. This is called baby blue. Now, sort of a jokey alternate name for this set. I almost don't want to disrespect or degrade the value of the board or the name baby blue, which is a fantastic name. But occasionally this board is erroneously referred to as blue cheese as well. Now, I don't like that for a couple reasons. I don't like blue cheese, and blue cheese also kind of stinks, and this board does not. This board does not stink. Anyway, this is baby blue. I think you see where I'm going with this. Oh, yeah. Ooh, now, one thing I've done with baby blue, these are the same size chips as the Big Green Monster. These are the two sets I own that are large, 23, 24 inches wide when they're open. Great chips, kind of ivory and blue. And what I did with this set is I actually switched out the dice, as you saw me do with the other two. But I was playing with a good friend of mine, Vlad, and he said, we were kind of trying out both, and he said he actually liked the dice action and kind of liked the vintage vibes of the original dice that were issued. So these are some of those old school dice that I've decided to keep with baby blue based on input from one of my close backgammon confidants. So I like that. It's okay. That's my dog. He's telling me to kind of wrap it up. It's like getting the light at a stand-up show. Archie, stop it. So, but the doubler, I mean, this doubler isn't even blue. There's not even any blue ink on the thing. Oh my God, get the hell out of here. For real, dude. I mean, yes, I'm getting into the 31st minute of my video here, but I'm on a roll. So anyway, I mean, just look at the size. Something needs to be done about this doubling cube. And what's being done about this doubling cube is I'm not throwing these away. I save all my doublers. I love having a little jar of doublers lying around. But the two doubling cubes I've removed are removed. Maybe they'll get one of those glamorous, luxurious satin bags. I'm not sure, though. The old one's gone. The new one is in, and I may have the same issue as I just had with baby blue. Oh no, can I pull this off? I can. Oh, you're gonna love this. I'm gonna love this. I don't know if you're gonna love this, but I'm gonna love this. Okay, so here's baby blue. Look at this. All the chips are where they should be. Oh yeah. Oh, you know what I want to do though? I want to do it. Oh, you know what? I forgot. Baby blue is damaged. This thing actually comes out, so I can move that around. I love that. Bump it up right there against the white chips. There's the blue doubler. Oh, yeah. This is just too sweet. This is too sweet. And these, oh my God, these cups. This was, again, here's the mentality of the luxury backgammon buyer. If you like it and it's luxurious and it scratches that itch, you'll pay any amount of money for it, and you'll justify any amount of money that you may have paid for it, right? So for me, even though this was by most objective standards relatively inexpensive, it's still one of the most expensive pieces I've ever bought. But when I see it with the new doubler, and I feel those cups, and I feel the corduroy, and I see those big chips and those vintage dice, oh yeah, this was worth every penny. Baby blue's got a doubler. Last one. This one's tough. This one's a little tough. This is a board I had. This is really the first attaché I really ever bought before I was into collecting. I have sentimental affinity for this board, but I'm willing to admit it's, it's not exactly, yeah, it's just tough. It probably needs new pieces. The pieces are red and white. The points are green and cream. The board is fantastic. This is the felt truly inlaid against the cork. It's fantastic. I did recently switch out the dice, of course, translucent red with some good old-fashioned ivory. Great action. Great action. So what I'm going to do is this, because this board is called Vegas, because I bought it in Las Vegas. Now, what I'd really like is for this board to be flashy like Las Vegas too. But I think I'm probably going to have to, maybe someday eventually, get some new pieces, maybe get completely different colored pieces so they kind of match the vibe of the board, in which case we would then probably switch out at least the red dice because I wouldn't have red pieces anymore, but whatever. But just because I got to put this thing somewhere, and I do think overall this is kind of a good color scheme, and it does sort of, the red and the yellow especially, I think, sort of evoke poker chips, sort of evoke a craps table, if you will, sort of evoke the neon lights of Las Vegas itself. This big fat gold block of amber is going to go into Vegas, and we're going to kind of just see how that plays out for a while. Similar issue that now what I had in here was an upgraded doubling cube. In fact, one of my favorites, these doubling octahedrons that I got for an absolute steal of a deal from the Chessex Dice Company, Fort Wayne, Indiana. But I'm going to set this one aside and put the big boy in there and let it ride for a while and see how this plays with Vegas. Maybe this will, in fact, inspire me to bust out Vegas more often and play it a little bit, because this is a board, like I said, this really sort of predates my hardcore collecting era. It's sort of part of the original set of boards that my wife and I had before this sort of new generation began. And this is a fantastic board with a really unique, design. I mean, these felt points that are not sewn down, they're just sort of in the cork. It's fantastic. All the pieces are here. The dice are great. The doubler is now fantastic. Fantastic latches on this thing. It is brown on the outside. I can live with that because it's just in really fantastic shape. And if any sort of old, stale, tired, I'm not going to say lame, but board kind of needs a little bit of an upgrade, it's Vegas. And with that fatty yellow doubler, most people call Vegas Sin City. I call it Upgrade City. This board has just been upgraded. So that's the end of this video. I suppose it was a little long, but hey, when you love backgammon as much as me, oops, it's going to get a little bit longer because I forgot to put my dice cups away. When you love backgammon as much as me, which I hope you do, hopefully it's just sort of fun and entertaining. Does this thing not close? No. We may have a little bit of an issue here. There we go. Oh, I don't think it closes. Same deal. I got to leave the doubler free. A free roaming doubler. All right. Well, look, there's some logistical practicalities that I have to deal with some of these doubling cubes, but the point is they're gorgeous. They deliver on the vibes, and we're absolutely thrilled with the purchase. And again, as a bargain hunter, that's not half of the battle, but part of the battle for me. I've just upgraded 4 of my prized collection sets with fatty doublers. And I gotta say, my one experience with AliExpress.com is very favorable. So, like I said, I think sign up with like an email address that they don't know about, and I think you get offered a deal almost immediately. So anyway, that's it. We're done. Thanks for sticking with me. This is Pure Backgammon. As always, like and subscribe, comment as I mentioned earlier. Please do follow. I really gotta push and encourage you to follow us on Instagram. That's where I do my best work. At Pure Backgammon. We also have the quarterly Absurdist one-sheet backgammon zine, Tableau's Esoterica. You can still subscribe for the 2024 back issues as well as our upcoming December issue. That gets you additional backgammon paraphernalia, in addition to the 4 issues of the zine. And we're going to be doing that in 2025 as well. We might be rolling out some merch in early 2025. And I could keep going, but I should probably finally stop. Thanks for checking in. And until next time, it's your role.